Thank you. So Adam, when we were doing the trending topics last time, I was telling you like how I can't play R. Kelly songs live when I play at bars and stuff because people
Is that a problem?
Didn't age well.
People give me dirty looks. There was a time when like Michael Jackson songs did that too. That's kind of fading.
But no, I Believe I Can Fly.
No, it's really remixed to Ignition. That's the track that everyone. I don't know. I love it, but it's a shame I can't play it live anymore. But R. Kelly was trending over the weekend, and the reason was supposedly so it was reported that he dropped a new album while in prison. Like, he somehow found a studio, recorded an album's worth of songs, and released it online.
Well, everything sounds like unlikely, like in prison, but it's like, the guys have cell phones and they get cocaine, and Richard Speck was transitioning into a woman, and guards were playing with his titties, and when he was doing blow, it's like...
It's possible.
Yeah, he stuck a microphone up his butt and got in there.
Yeah, I no longer go, it's impossible,
Right.
he's in prison.
Don't they have programs too? Like they're like a broadcasting program, creative writing, they'll have people come
Yeah.
in.
It's all possible.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, well... So the album was reportedly called "I Admit It."
Oh boy, like
Was
OJ, If I Did It.
Was up on Apple and Spotify and all the places you find finer music, and there was a 19-minute track called "I Admit It, I Did It," and so R. Kelly he finally gets on record. He calls his lawyer and he's like, what the hell? I didn't release an album. So everybody's freaking out that he got this new music and everyone's listening to it. Spotify immediately pulls it down. Apple pulls it down. And there's audio that TMZ obtained with his lawyer. And we'll listen to it. So let's listen to the first
How long
one.
is he in for? Wow.
I think it was like he's sentenced like 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Faked an album called I Admit It and put it out there as if it was me putting it out. And I'm not putting out any albums. I haven't put out any albums. I'm not even having any interest in putting out any albums because my only focus is the appeal and everything else. But it seems like somebody wants this album out to mess with the appeal because why would I put an album out called I Admit It?
Yeah, so,
Good question.
Yeah, very good question. Now he thinks, somebody's trying to mess with my appeal. Because other tracks on the album, by the way, I Found Love, Good Old Days, Freaky Sensation. Now, this I Admit It song, the 19-minute track, was actually out in 2018 on R. Kelly's SoundCloud. Yeah, and I'll read you some lyrics. I admit I made some mistakes, and I have some imperfect ways. I admit I helped so many people, and them same damn people turned fake. But one night at the Ritz, did some shit I shouldn't have did. When effed my N-words bitch, I admit that I did. And these lyrics are like a novel. Like that's like 1% of the lyrics in the song.
Sorry, totally related. Dawson, is it too late for Ace Awards drops? I sent you some yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and R. Kelly's now saying that's not even me singing. People don't know my voice. And we have listen to the rest of that call.
It's just really just fucked up. It just really is, man. And if, I'm standing here looking in the mirror, saying damn to myself, I should have known the day would come. She would find somebody else.
This is his lawyer.
All the things I took her through.
Close.
So, this is me. This is my voice. And I would never put an album out right now. And I definitely ain't gonna put a damn album out called I Admit It.
But here,
This recorded call is from an inmate at a California correctional
I like to play a little
facility.
game, which is picture what the other person on the phone is doing. Like I picture the lawyer like standing in his kitchen making a Denver omelet and watching CNN, like watching the crawl on CNN. As a fuck R. Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, just sets the phone down and is probably walking back and forth to the fridge and looking back at the CNN crawl,
Feeding his dog.
Or singing in the background, He'd come back. Yeah. Now, Drew? Yeah. Hey, this is R. Kelly.
Crazy.
Yeah, hey. I don't know if you're as upset as I am over this recent revelation.
Right.
Yeah, listen to me. I believe I can fly. I believe that's my voice. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you listening to me, Tim?
No, the phone is not on. The TV is not on. I'm listening to you.
Okay, you're listening then. All right, so you heard, but I believe I can touch the sky. I believe I can fly. That's my voice. Some guy put out some track, said, if I was guilty, I may be guilty. I probably done it. That's some bullshit right there. And what I need you to do is what they call a cease and assist. Are you writing this down, Tim?
Yeah.
Tim, are you making another Denver omelet watching the CNN crawl in your kitchen while I languish here in prison?
Well, sometimes I do.
Okay,
So
but now I need you to listen to me. That guy, did you hear the I believe I can fly part? Did you hear that part?
Right.
Yeah, that's me. That's me singing. Okay.
Right.
All right. So I assume you're going to jump on this, as I like to say, post haste or toot sweet.
Right.
All right. So hop on this now. I only get to use the phone for 3 minutes a day. So I'm going to call you back this time tomorrow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Listen to me. Sure going to have something drafted up when I call you up at this time tomorrow. Tim?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
R.
he's
Kelly
not-
doesn't stand a
that.
chance.
He's
yeah.
not really
That
listening,
appeal's not
right?
looking good.
No, he's
No.
staying in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should a record company just like go, hey, this fake album was a #1 record over the weekend. We should just get a studio at that prison
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have them lay something
Remix
down.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a demand, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're always, I mean, I never really get the part. I don't get the part with the tax evasion part where they're going to take you and they're going to lock you up. Go out and earn it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, we owe the government, $6.5 million. And then we're going to pay $65,000 a year to incarcerate you for 3 years so
You're
you
right.
can't earn?
Yeah.
Go fucking earn it off.
Yeah.
I want to
you're
make an
indentured
album.
servant.
Yeah,
you
not
feel
not
like
my
they-
license plate.
Do you feel like they learned their lesson after Wesley Snipes with like Nick Cage? Like, oh, we could have gone about this a lot differently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
He-
where
he did make a bevy of
That's why we
movies.
have the filmography we do over the last 10 years.
Well, they did, right. They did with, oh, God,
Willie
the
Nelson?
Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. They've had plenty of instances where it's like, hey, boxer guy or whoever, entertainer, you owe us money as a government. They say there's no debtor's prison. This always bothers me. But the government can lock you
True.
up. But if you rent this warehouse and never pay me, the government can't do anything about that.
Correct.
But they will incarcerate your ass. But Joe Louis, they just sent out exhibition matches, USO shows and stuff like that. They're just like, just go get your head caved in and go work it off.
At the very least, they should give you the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go work it off. I mean, the government, you're not locking the person up because they put their hands on somebody.
Right.
You're locking them up because they owe you money.
They're
So
tax cheap.
Go let them,
Yeah,
Put 'em on the
earn.
treadmill.
let them earn it out.
Give them a chance, to redeem themselves. Like for Wesley Snipes, like Brian, if your daughter, like, when she's older, she's like,
Careful,
"Hey, Dad,
careful.
who's Wesley Snipes? Who's Wesley Snipes?" Would you say his acting credits? Or would you say an actor that dodged a bunch of tax?
I lead with the acting, but it's one of those like first paragraph of the obituary. Like you can't leave out, OJ like, killed his wife. Heisman Trophy winner who had a mixed post-playing career.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sports, Grant Wall was a
Yeah.
big trending topic over the weekend. He was a soccer journalist. So, 48 years old, and it was reported that he died during a game at the World Cup suddenly, right? And I mean, everybody put their conspiracy hats on. This is pretty weird because
And they were showing his shirt.
he was so he made headlines because he tried to get in wearing the LGBT rainbow shirt. His brother's gay, and
They don't love that there.
they don't. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so he was reporting. So he was writing some reports that weren't very favorable to the Qatari government, and talking about how they were really lethargic or apathetic about like some migrant workers dying during the building of the stadium and things like that. And but he did also say like, hey, I've been experiencing some chest tightness and bronchitis like symptoms, but should be fine. It's I'm just not feeling very good. And now everybody's like, how did this guy die all of a sudden? Like, you seem to be a healthy guy minus like the new symptoms, which weren't COVID-19. He did get checked on that. And everyone's demanding an investigation. And actually, Eric, his brother, posted this video that went viral over the weekend as well. We were talking straight into the camera.
My brother was healthy. He told me he received death threats. I do not believe my brother just died. I believe he was killed. And I just beg for any help.
Yeah. So
He's definitely on hold.
Like, if this were Canada, would we be making this video? No, it's like unfortunately, it's a different area where sometimes shady things may happen. We don't really know. And so it's just, so his body has been returned to America yesterday. Mm-hmm. And they're obviously going to run an investigation, an autopsy, and see what happened. But, I mean, it's just a weird story.
Well, people do die. Plenty of people just die under 50. They just die. So it happens. So you can't necessarily connect the dots. But and who knows what substances that we're unaware of, like what powders could be put into a drink or something. We're all kind of cyanide and Nazi war criminal. That's from the 40s. Like
they're a bit advances.
Someone developed something that could rub on your skin and you go to cardiac arrest, and then Dr. Bowden couldn't detect it. I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah, of course.
And if it was, they're probably capable of it.
Well,
but didn't another guy die?
So now it's just reported a second photojournalist died, Khalid al-Mislam. He's a Qatari, and they announced it. And supposedly he died hours after Grant Wall did.
Oh, shit. They drank from the same cup.
Exactly. Well,
but was he pro-gay rights and
no,
active
that's not.
about it?
Exactly. That's not reported. There's actually very little information about him.
So now you have this event and hundreds of thousands of people converge from all around the world, and the couple aren't going home statistically if you're going to have this many people show up. But if this guy was very into the gay movement and fighting with the government about wearing a shirt or something, then now you're building a mystery, as the great Sarah McLachlan would say.
But remember, God, I love that song.
It's good.
I'm not saying these two are the same, obviously, but we even talked about how just this regular Danish guy talking about stuff that's going on in the World Cup, it's all good in the middle of a yogurt stand, that shit got shut down immediately. So they do have thoughts about things, and they do like to wield their power.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but are they taking action?
Who knows?
Well, see, if they're taking action, there's we talked about how they definitely denied him entrance and frowned on Grant wearing the rainbow shirt. But there is a fan. Her name's Ivana Knoll. She's a Croatian fan. I don't know if you've seen her. She calls herself the World Cup's hottest fan.
Oh, boy.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, let's put her up. There's a video of her. And she goes to all the Croatia games. Everybody's looking at her. She wears very scandalous outfits.
That's kind of a Katy Perry vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
Usually the midriff's bare, but I wanted to show some motion. And and supposedly she's able to go to all the games, and everyone's okay with it. But she says like everyone's okay at the games, but everyone on Twitter is shocked that she's there.
So so the point is that like she's dressed so scandalously, she shouldn't be let in that way.
Right.
Interesting.
She
looks like a picnic
reserved
blanket.
audience, and exactly. Yeah, I know she looks like she work at rallies or something.
Yeah, she's falling. Just because you're tan and you're not fat doesn't make you hot, but it helps.
Sure.
No,
the way I look at it.
There's two steps in the right direction.
Right.
I was talking to the guys here, and for men, like what makes us hot. I've been really into back muscles lately. Like just
totally.
Our backs are hot, right?
Backs are so hot.
Chicken back muscles?
No, guy backs. Like guys.
I'm talking about women, but
yeah, totally women too.
This is a test. This is a test. We cannot fail.
Let's move on.
No, literally, the movie Chicago with Renee Zellweger and Catherine Zeta. There's a montage where they're like getting them all ready for like their prison stay, and they do Renee Zellweger. She looks like her hands are out like on a cross because they're measuring you for prison. And I was like, damn, her back is fucking sexy. But you weren't talking about women.
Well, I just admire the human form.
Sure
I'm impressed by back muscles lately. I don't know what's going on with me.
Well.
Yeah.
Let's hit Simply
I
Safe.
hope Jen's cool with that.
The Qatar government may be.
Knocking
You
at your door.
may have just made a list.
Drink.
All right, let me tell you about Solo Stove. Oh, man, nothing quite like gathering around a warm fire on a cool evening. Smokeless fire pit. Now it's the weather for a fire pit, although I busted my Solo Stove out. Daughter and her friends came by, and we made s'mores on it. That was 4th of July. Instead of dodging the fumes, you can just sit around the fire, and they're having a holiday event sale. You can get a great deal on a Solo Stove fire pit. This stuff burns so efficiently, so easily. Stainless steel. It's a great construction designed to regulate airflow and burn more efficiently. Brilliantly engineered, built to last. Even comes with a carrying case. Easy to light, just a few bits of starter. It is a game changer. It's the perfect size. It's all you need. Treat yourself. And there's a lifetime warranty and a 30-day free return policy, but you're going to love it. It's Solo Stove, right, Dawson?
Let the gifting begin. Shop Solo Stove's holiday event sale for huge site-wide savings and get $10 off with promo code Adam, plus a lifetime warranty and free 30-day returns. Get an extra $10 off holiday deals at solostove.com. Promo code Adam.
All right, what else is trending?
Well, Zion. Yeah, so
Zion Williamson?
that's right. That I just need to say Zion. Come on. You're familiar with this player, right? He plays
basketball player, yeah.
He plays for the Pelicans. Yeah, so Pelicans are currently number 1 right now because they played against the that number 1 team, the Suns. And at the end of the game, Pelicans were up by a lot. But here's what happened. We'll just put it up on the screen. Usually 7 seconds left. Larry Nance throws it out to Zion.
You're up by 9 points.
Ooh.
Zion does
Fancy.
a 360 windmill dunk.
It's frowned upon.
Fair, yeah. So the rules, Gina, are that you don't do that.
You don't
just
get
dribble
style
it out.
points?
No, you don't. You don't
It's an
dunk. You
unspoken
don't. You
rule
don't
that with
add
9 seconds left. You don't do a windmill jam when you're up.
What they're saying is you don't score. You don't try to score, I guess.
Right. You
Dribble
you
it
already
out.
won.
Poor
you dribble it out.
sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's poor sportsmanship that you do that. And things got really chippy. Chris Paul was mouthing off, and both benches cleared, and they had to
Benches cleared?
They would pull everybody away.
Yeah, although
Yeah.
they don't have benches anymore. They have individual padded
Yeah.
seats.
Right. Yeah. No pine
Steel
anymore.
chair.
No pine to ride.
No. I'm like, they do this. They'll do it in college football too, where
Yeah.
the team will be up by 35 points. They'll be down on the goal line, and there's 20 seconds, and they try to punch it in versus victory formation,
Right.
take a knee, and all that kind of stuff. And look, I guess I would say at the high school level, I would go, you shouldn't do that. You fucked up the 15-year-old with the learning disability who is riding the pine. But when everyone's a cajillionaire and you're all in the pro level at this point,
Yeah.
I get. Now what you do is it gives the other team a little fuel for the next time you play.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't see each other again.
And there's that corkboard material or something. They used to put the clip up of these guys saying you're sucked or you're overrated or whatever, and to get the team motivated. But in a league where entertainment is valued, they don't.
Tickets are paid for.
You don't ever have to dunk. You could just drop the ball, and you certainly don't need to windmill or do 360s. But they'll do it in the course of the game. Fine.
We had a robust conversation about this, and we ended up agreeing. Do you remember, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, USC, UCLA football, USC's up by 21 points with 10 seconds left. They take a knee, UCLA calls a timeout, symbolically suggesting, hey man, we're playing to the final whistle, we're calling a timeout here. And USC is, in your words, oh, it's on? We're still playing.
Right.
Fucking 50-yard touchdown. And UCLA had the gall to be all butthurt about it. So you motherfuckers called the timeout. We're still playing football, apparently.
Yeah, I'm with you on
took
that.
a knee.
Play to the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the great John Rambo said, they drew first blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they did. Now, this was not that. Look, anytime a 280-pound dude can do a 360 windmill jam,
wanna
We should
see it.
applaud that.
and I bought a ticket to that game,
Yeah.
that's fine with me. So
Years ago, this guy literally had his shoe explode. Not literally, but his shoe exploded on his foot.
Disintegrated,
Yeah,
basically.
it broke apart just from him pivoting. It's
oh man, that was
He
like
wants to
me
get
and
a piece of
condoms.
him.
It was like, boom. Literally try to make one move.
Oh.
Repositioning one time.
Oh, and speaking of the Pelicans, so they used to be called the Hornets, Gina. Hornets originated in Charlotte, but now Charlotte got the name back. But I was looking at the Charlotte Hornets logo, and it's very similar to the Bucks evolution of the logo. I think, yeah. We'll put it up. But
the Bucks went from happy Christmas sweater to demonic
Robo deer
with dead eyes, dead doll eyes. Yeah.
Do you guys have thoughts about the Celtics? Because we're going to the Lakers-Celtics game tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they have a coach this year?
Celtics are great.
Okay, great. Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a permanent coach. Or he might, did he get a new job?
I have no idea. I don't follow the
Oh, you're right.
Look at this.
That one's adorable. The little chubby little hornet on
Larry
the
Johnson's hornet.
Larry Johnson, yeah.
Happy
Grandma
mascot to evil
demonic
disease
murder
spreader.
hornet.
Yes.
Murder hornet.
Murder hornet.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought.
No, it's a good take. Very true. You could probably go through 25 college and or pro logos that have been updated, and they all went the way strippers went with I got tattoos and piercings now, and I'm fucking angry versus the old happy stripper.
I feel like the aforementioned UCLA had like a friendly Bruin at one point, like years ago, and now they're like, they're deadly. Take a bite out of you.
Yeah, the angry logos.
Could be wrong about that. I feel like it though.
All right, one more.
All right. Well, you already talked about Musk's tweet. Do you want to dive more deeper into that? Okay, so Fauci was trending, and I was like, why is Fauci? Yeah. He kind of dropped off, and he announced he's done at the end of the year. Like, why am I hearing more about Dr. Fauci? Who, by the way, I've never heard of before the pandemic, before COVID too. So it's interesting. I thought maybe he just faded back into my own personal obscurity. Yeah. But it was because of Elon's tweet. So Elon tweeted his pronouns, which were prosecute/Fauci.
It's good.
And
clever.
And definitely ignited Twitter. Like, look, it has over 1 million likes. It went viral. And so
I thought he said comedies a lot on Twitter.
So astronaut Scott Kelly.
Oh yeah.
He was not happy with this.
Isn't that Gabby Gifford's husband?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's Arizona?
Yeah, and he's a twin brother of Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona.
No, I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
So Scott Kelly, he says, quote, Elon, please don't mock and promote hate toward an already marginalized and at risk of violence members of the LGBTQ plus community. And so Elon responded.
Is Fauci gay?
So he's going for the other angle.
This is part of the pronoun problem.
Yeah, and Musk replied, I strongly disagree. Forcing your pronouns upon others when they didn't ask and implicitly ostracizing those who don't is neither good nor kind to anyone. As for Fauci, he lied to Congress and funded gain-of-function research that killed millions of people. Not awesome, in my opinion.
Wait, what? What was the last part?
He lied to Congress and
sponsored gain-of-function at the Wuhan lab.
Oh.
And he was down with that. So that's what they've always said. And now we're going to find out. So here's what happened. There's a lab. It's nearby. And everyone dismissed that. Now, again, you have to ask yourself why Fauci and or heads of CDC and WHO and CNN and ABC, and why are they also immediately dismissive of the Chinese lab that is working on gain-of-function viruses?
It's Razor.
It's definitely not them. Really? We don't know anything. Yeah. China won't give us any information, but CNN and LA Times, you guys definitely know that anyone who thinks the virus that came from the lab that works on these viruses is a crackpot. And it must have come from a wet market and a pangolin. So I'm already suspicious immediately because I will take agnostic every day of the week. I will take, what? I don't know. Makes sense, but
there's not
I don't
inherently
know.
a side to claim on that.
Yeah, everyone immediately.
What expertise do you have? What insight do you have?
Everybody shot down, and people were deplatformed for suggesting that it came. So then my first argument is, why do you protest so much? When you cannot know whether this happened or not. You can file it under Hunter Biden's laptop. How do you know that this is something that you don't know? And why are you so sure of something that you don't know? Now I'm suspicious. So he was trying to tamp that down. Everyone was trying to tamp that down. And then I think a lot of people went, why are you trying to tamp that down when you don't know. Fauci has moved to agnostic. So you have to watch
just in time
people's movement, which is
Evolution.
he went from didn't come from the lab to how do I know where it came from?
Right.
So that suggests some movement there.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden with the laptop went from I never talked to my son about any business dealings ever to America's ready to move forward. So he's changed his. So when the narrative starts changing a little bit, there's something there.
Yeah, and also like Elon, you joke about how like Elon and Jeff Bezos when they want to move to Mars is because they know something. I think Elon would have a little more information than most in the public. Like he would have access to that. But I don't know.
Fauci knew things and did things and communicated with people, and stuff's gonna come out. Now
I hate that. It should never. He's just Fauci. He should have just been doing his best, and we all trust him.
On the good side would be, maybe I fudged some of the data, but I was trying to save lives, just like they used to. Secondhand smoke's a first-hand killer. 50,000 people die of secondhand smoke every year. AIDS is an equal opportunity killer. Everyone wear a condom. You go, all right, well, they're lying, but they want you to put a condom on. So
we get it.
There's that. But the dark side is we funded this shit in Wuhan with gain of function, and we have our fingerprints on it.
That's what the news calls an oopsie daisy.
That would be a deeper one.
And also Elton left Twitter because of Elon.
Elton John?
Elton John. I only need to say Elton.
R.I.P.
I don't want to have to choose between Elton and Elon.
Yeah, he says.
I don't want to live in that world.
Where there's an Elton and an Elon.
Elton, who just he did his final U.S. show at Dodger Stadium. I don't know if you guys caught that on Disney Plus. It's really good. I mean, what a performer. He says, all my life I've tried to use music to bring people together, yet it saddens me to see how misinformation is now being used to divide our world. I decided to no longer use Twitter, given their recent change in policy, which will allow misinformation
He's such
to
a
flourish.
pussy. I'm sorry.
I didn't know he was on Twitter.
You get specific about the COVID misinformation that you're talking about, because they've been wrong about all of it.
Well, not just, he didn't say it was COVID misinformation.
Well, this is, at least Elon is directing this one toward Fauci. But all right, give us your instances of misinformation, Elton. It's not information. It's information you disagree with. No. It's not misinformation, or some of it is, but then that's a two-way street. Is Todd on hold? Is he, you put the sign up and then you took it down?
Thumbs up.
Is that how you can leave it up? All right, because otherwise I could misinterpret that. Are you ready to bring it home, Max Spada?
Sure, check out the Water Cooler Podcast.